Hi, my name is Tim Mobley, and welcome to How to Checkmate with the King, Bishop, and Knight, randomly, and so much more. My book that's available in stores everywhere. And today we're going to focus in on how to checkmate with the King, Bishop, and Knight, but this time with the Bishop being on a dark square instead of the Bishop being on a light square. So, the same systems and rules apply. It's just that my students have been saying, gosh, Coach Tim, I really hope that when I end up with a King, Bishop, and Knight, that my Bishop's on a light square because that's the way you've taught me. So, the reason why we do this video is so that my students will be able to checkmate with the King, Bishop, and Knight randomly, even when the Bishop's on a dark square. The same as when it's on a light square. So, let's follow the basic rules. And we're going to go through this quickly. If you have trouble, you can always go back to my King, Bishop, and Knight random checkmate with the Bishop on a light square and get the details. So let's begin. First off, how many squares make up the entire board? That's right, 64. 32 light squares, 32 dark squares. If the Bishop's on a dark square, you can only force checkmate in a corner that has a dark square. That doesn't mean you can only get checkmate in a corner that has a dark square. It just means you can only force checkmate in a corner that has a dark square. The difference being, if black makes all the right moves, white will still be able to checkmate in either this corner area or this corner area. So, how do we begin? Well, the first thing I like to do is stage one, as we've talked about before, is getting the King, the White Knight, and the White Bishop centralized in these four squares, which means obviously kicking the Black King out of there. So, and when you do that, obviously the Bishop on a dark square can only go to a dark square, so that means it can only go here or here. So, if I get the Bishop over here, I want the Knight to be on the same color square as the Bishop because they have a symbiotic relationship. So if the Bishop's over here, I want the Knight over here. If the Bishop's over here, I want the Knight over here. And that means I want the King either here or here. That would be stage one. So to begin with, we start by moving the King up. Because I like the idea of moving the King up because once the King is advanced, the other King can't push out of the way. Unlike the Bishops. Or the Knight. If the Bishop moves here and the King attacks it, the Bishop has to move or be protected. But if the King moves up, it doesn't have to. It has a barrier. So, you start moving the King up. Now, when we do this, if the Bishop's on a dark square, we want to move the King up on light squares. Just a general rule. So, start moving the King up. Then let's say this King decides to come here. Now, you can't really move the King here or here. You could move it here, but you want to keep it simple. Because remember, in checkmating with the King, Bishop, and Knight randomly, you only have 50 moves to do it. And so you want to be conservative about the moves that you make. So, this is good. You don't want to take the time and try and bring your King around and hopefully get it there. We'll go to the next stage. So, the King is moving up. Where do we want our Bishop? We want our Bishop to be on the long diagonal. Can we get our Bishop on the long diagonal? Yes, we can, by coming here. Okay, so now, that goes there. Now this King comes here. Now, we have a couple of situations. This King cannot move up either here or here. This Bishop can't use any one of its ideal squares in the center because the King will just take it. So that leaves the Knight. So the question is, what do we want to do with the Knight? Well, what we want to do with the Knight is we want to, if the Bishop's on this side of the board, we want to get the Knight over here because we want to make it easy for the Bishop to come over here. If we had moved the Knight here, then that means the Bishop would have to come around to get over here. So we don't want that. So the question is, how do we get the Knight over here? Well, there are two ways. We can move the Knight this way, and then it comes here. But I want to show you something. If you move the Knight this way, and this comes here, you have to bring the Knight here right away. Otherwise, it could be taken. So, the other thing is, how else can we start to move the knight over here? You guessed it. We can move the knight right here, just like that. And now, the king cannot take the knight because the knight's perfectly safe, protected by the other king. Can't go here, so it forces it to move back. So when that happens like that, then you move the king forward, just like that. And now, this king is forced to move back, so you move the other king forward. And now, part of the stage is complete. The king is in the center 4 squares, on the light square where the bishop's on the dark square, so this comes here. And now, either way is perfectly fine. You can either move the bishop here and then the knight here second, or you can move the knight here and then the bishop here, whatever. So, I'm just going to move this here, that comes here, this knight comes here, that comes here. Stage 1 is complete. If you can do stage 1 within 12 moves or less, you are golden. So, now if that happens, and again, if you need refreshers, or if you need me to slow it down a little bit, remember you can always go back to how to checkmate with a king, bishop, and knight randomly with the bishop on the light square and figure it out. So now, as we discussed with how to checkmate with a king, bishop, and knight randomly with the bishop on the light square, what you want to do is, next stage, phase 2, is you want to get the knight on the square where it can go to its ideal square, either on this side or on this side. So, on this side it's king, knight, bishop, or king, knight, bishop. So you want to make it so that the knight can either come here or here. That way you have options. So, we're going to put the knight right there on e6. Now it's able to come either here or here, depending on what black does. So let's say black decides, you know what? I'm going to come around this way, like that. Keep it centralized. Now this is always a problem for white, because white wants to get the king either on this side or on this side. Now general rule is, if the kings are directly opposite one another, you want to place the bishop right in between. And that'll force the king to either move this way or this way. Now, if the king moves this way, that makes it easier for you because you're able to place the knight on its ideal square on this side of the diamond. And then if this comes here, then this comes here. So, you can go ahead and set up. Hi, welcome.
Hi.
So, Silvio, you can go ahead and just set up the boards for us.
Is
Okay.
Tim, is this going to be...
We'll cut it.
Oh, go ahead. But that comes
Yeah,